SK Vibemaker.
My interviews are hotter, SK Vibemaker. And you know we bring through the best special guests. We are not changing tradition anytime soon. Now today, we've got South London, deep South London in the building, man. Infamous Isaac, what's going on?
Yo, what you saying, bro?
I feel like from the TOP, I have to say that this is a guy who kind of raps. Well, I say kind of, I want to say it like this, yeah. He raps, he's melodious with it. Some people might say alternative. He's definitely about the lyricism, he's about the concepts. He's not your regular type of artist. How do you feel about those things, man?
No, I appreciate that, man. Like, for real, that's nice of you to say. Like, but like, I think you're on it. You got all the different vibes in there, innit? So yeah.
Now, from the TOP, I kind of want to ask you this because some rappers I've sat down and spoken to are definitely melodic as well. They've told me that they are singers, and I've been quite surprised by that. So I don't take it for granted, the assumptions. So I want to ask you, man, are you a rapper or are you a melodic, a singer that raps? How would you say?
I would say I'm more of a rapper, to be honest, because I started off rapping. Like when I first started, like I was trying to do the whole. I was experimenting with like the boom bap kind of like sound in it. So that's my introduction to music, and that's what I was listening to at the time. So I'd say, even though I do add the melodic side to it, I'm more of a rapper in it. I'm always thinking of like lyrics. Like I'm always just like the melodic side comes because I think that's just within me anyway. Like my musical influences, but yeah, I'll say I'm a rapper.
So early days, you were a boom bap rapper. And if anyone wants to know what a boom bap rapper, that is like, think about Mos Def and Talib Kweli, them kind of styles there.
I was trying in it. I was experimenting. I wouldn't say I was the guy, but I was trying. Like that was my like entry point to music, innit?
Because I would say, listening to Infamous Isaac right about now, you wouldn't think that. There's not a sniff of that in there now.
No. Probably not. No. Yeah.
Did you make the decision that maybe you didn't want to be a boom bap rapper because you wanted to make more money, or you felt like there was a bigger market being the other type of MC or artist?
Nah, it was just like my interest. So at the time, that's just what I was into. That's what I was listening to, and then it just so happened that because I wasn't even making music like that, but I knew somebody who was a producer, and then that's the sort of vibe I was on in it. So that's just naturally what I was like more inclined to do. But then as me as an artist, I was growing and like figuring out what I can even do. Because like, first of all, when you start music, it's like, you try and do something. But then when you get into it, it's kind of like, you navigate in it. Oh, let me try this, let me try that, let me try this. And you like, your influences change. You start listening to other people. And it just it was like a natural like progression in it. So I wouldn't say it was like a conscious effort, like, I'm trying to make money, so I'm going to sound like this. It's just like what I gravitated towards, like what my actual interests were in it. So yeah.
Anyone at this point in time that's rapping that isn't making like sort of the drill sound or messing with the trap beats, they call them an alternate rapper.
Yeah.
I mean, are you identifying as an alternate rapper?
I don't.
Are you comfortable with that? Can you see why people would call you that?
I can definitely see why people call me that. I don't have a problem with it because it is what it is. But when I make music, it doesn't feel like I'm doing something mad left in it. It just feels like I'm making my music. So I wouldn't personally say I'm making alternative music, but in terms of how it fits in the scene, I can get why people say it. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like it is what it is. I'm just making my music.
When you get in the studio, do you try and make something alternate? Well, you kind of touched on it already, like trying to be unique and different with it. But are you actively trying to make something considerably different?
Not really, I just think I've built up myself as an artist to like where I am now, but it's kind of just gone in that direction. So honestly, when I try and make music, I don't think too much. I like to just like spill whatever's in me. Do you know what I'm saying? Or like whatever vibe I'm feeling is how I try to take it. Like that's the direction I try to push in, because I like to be honest with my music, innit? So I feel like like just try and be as open as possible, and also like I think it's, if anything, it'll be the opposite. Like sometimes I'll do something different and I might try and rein it in. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, it's a bit mad. But, you know what I'm saying? But like, so I don't think I'm trying to do something different. I feel like I'm just doing in it, and then I'm just creating, and then I pick what I like after I've created.
Straight up. So I feel like maybe at the beginning I should have asked you this question still, man. Infamous Isaac. You know what I'm saying? You got the name, with a name that has infamous in it, that suggests a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's big, that's boasty, that's almost like, like like, I'm the man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't chat to me.
I feel you. Yeah.
Break down the name. Where did the name come from? Is Isaac? Is that like part of your real name as well?
Isaac is part of my real name. It's not my first name. It's part of my name. But I used to just go by Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was making, like, early when I started releasing under Isaac, people were starting to call me Isaac. Obviously, as you would, innit? But I just didn't like how it felt. Like, it felt like people thought it was my real name, innit?
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't really messing with that. I was thinking I need something just to, like, represent what I'm trying to do, like, as an artist. Like, and it needs to feel like how I feel about my music, do you know what I'm saying? So I kind of skipped through a couple names. And I had the name Infamous Isaac in my head. I floated it past a couple of my boys, innit? I was thinking, yeah, Infamous, that sounds sick, like, it sounds hard. And eventually, it just kind of stuck in it. Yeah, that's literally how I got it. But also, it kind of feels, if it sounds like you're saying, it sounds powerful, innit? It sounds like a superhero or something. So
something different.
yeah, exactly.
Was you infamous as a youngster, as a youth, like, you know, around like sort of school times where you're an infamous guy on the roads?
Yeah. I'm the sort of guy that's like an in-between kid, innit? So, like, you'll catch me with, like, the roads,
The Keely them.
yeah, and then you'll catch me with, like, just more cool guys, innit? So I'm the sort of person that was able to, like, navigate between. So I've got stories on both sides. So that's why I guess my music is kind of dynamic, because I've got a lot of experiences as a youth in it. So yeah,
Straight.
yeah.
Maybe you can see, looking at this guy, that just visually that maybe it's not basic, because you can see the blonde and the black side of the hair. Man's got his hair done half and half, you know. One half of the side is blonde and one half of the side is black, if you can't see the visuals right now. Now, this is something that you have to think about. This ain't something that you can be timid with and be like, you can't be timid. It's quite a statement.
Yeah, I mean, is what, isn't it? I think everything about me is a statement right now. Like my name, my hair, I guess, is what is the music, hopefully. So
But what is the significance of the hair, man? Because, you know, it's synonymous maybe. I feel like when people see, and this is maybe like being very, I don't know, stereotypical, but it's kind of like very much associated with Atlanta rap. You know, the blonde dreads and that, you know, kind of thing.
I wouldn't say there's a mad significance behind it, to be honest. It's like, because I had dreads for like 3-4 years now. And it's just, I've always just wanted to do something, innit? Just see how it goes, like, experiment. I think that's the sort of approach I just take to life, innit? Like, I'm willing to try something. I'm not afraid to just, like, be stuck in a box or something. Because, yeah, I'm from London, like, doesn't matter. I don't have to look a certain type of way just because I'm from London, like, or sound a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? So that's the approach I take to my music. No boxes, like, same with how I dress or, like, how I look. Like, I don't, like, for some people it's a statement, but for me at this point, it's just...
You're saying it's just
it's
normal?
normal, bro. Like, I've had this for like a year, like over a year now, so...
They say that when you dye your hair, that it can, like, sort of depreciate your hair a bit, man. Have you had any of them kind of problems there? They say it thins your hair, maybe your hair drops out. So you ain't having none of those problems. It's
my hair's thick anyway, so
straight.
like...
It might not be thick too long if you keep dyeing it too much.
I hear you, though. I hear you. I'll be careful, innit? But for right now, it's all good, innit?
So 2019 was the release of your track, Homeowner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You made a mark that year.
Yeah.
We're a few years removed from that year when you released that song. How would you kind of explain your journey since then and some of the biggest challenges in sort of establishing yourself as a new rapper in the game?
I'll say my journey's it's kind of been like a steady trajectory, innit? Also, like, ups and downs as well. Like, 2019 was a sick year. Obviously, Homeowner came out. Public Enemy came out. That whole EP, Deep the Night, which was like sick for me, innit? I enjoyed putting out that music, innit, because it was kind of like my first introduction to anyone, really. And like, that was the first year I was getting shows. Because up until that point, I was like, yeah, I wish I could do shows, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd see other people like booking shows, turning up at like all different types of venues and everything. And I'm thinking, yeah, like, I just need that opportunity so like I can get some shows myself, innit? Because I know when I get it, I'm gonna go ham with it. But then that was the first year that started happening for me, innit? So that was like a sick experience, like just being on like the circuit kind of thing. But I mean, like, it was interesting because I got to meet other people like in the scene, innit? Like making music wise, like other producers, other artists, like just being around other people that I had previously seen or like were new to meeting. So that was sick too. Because prior to that, I've just been working either by myself or just like my boys in it. So that was also interesting. But I mean, up until this point, it's been up and down in it because obviously we had the pandemic as well. So that was like, that slowed down some of this project that came out. Yeah, and that was kind of tough because like it was just more time. When I make music, I make it at home in it. So it's like I wasn't able to just go out and like get influences the way I usually would, because a lot of times my music influence comes from my life and the things that I get up to. So when I'm out, I might even write a lyric somewhere or like just write a little idea, or whether that be the night or the day or at my boy's house or wherever, innit. It's just like it feeds into my life, my music. So that experience just having to be at home, I guess it kind of forced me to be a bit more introspective. I think my music's introspective anyway, but I think it just made me tap in a little deeper because I couldn't really do anything else. You know what I'm saying? So there's that aspect of it. But yeah, man, it was like, it's a steady journey, innit? That's what I think my trajectory is, and I'm just like building slowly. You know what I'm saying?
So let's talk about the project then, man. Fracture EP. What do you feel like people need to know about this project before they press play on it?
Self-produced. It's a story that you'll enjoy. As individual songs, they're vibes like that you could enjoy. They're different vibes as well, but then as a project, it's like, I think it just sounds different. It's like it's a real story in it, as like a soundscape, in the aspect of a soundscape and like an actual story. So I'm saying, so yeah, just take it in, listen to it. It's not even a long project. It's like 14 minutes long, innit? So
4 tracks.
4 tracks, short and sweet. Yeah, man, just enjoy. Like I said before, it's a story. So take it in and like, hopefully you can like relate to any part of it, whether that's a lyric or the full story in general. So yeah. Right
now we're sitting here at the top of the year. And the top of the year can mean different things for different people in life and for artists. Some artists in particular are like, it's the top of the year now, man, I'm going to start implementing all these type of things, New Year's resolutions and like blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Other artists are like, I'm going to get it did any time of the year. Yeah. Where do you lie, man? Is like the top of the year very much inspiring for you, or is it just like
it's
whatever?
Inspiring because it feels a bit fresh, innit? Everyone kind of resets at Christmas. So that's cool. But like, I feel like in terms of me, a lot of my work is done, so it's more about planning rather than I'm getting to work now January, like, you know what I'm saying. So it's just about like executing, because I've made a lot of music since last January. Like this, I've got bare tunes that I'm sitting on. So
you got a stash, yeah?
A big stash, bro. Like so it's about executing and getting it out the right way, rather than just like, like I need to go and make music. Or so yeah, it's
about the plan.
It's about the plan and the execution.
The future is looking very bright, man. They say my interviews are hotter. It's been another one, man. Myself, SK Vibemaker, and infamous Isaac.
Yo,
good conversation, man.
Yeah, very good conversation.
You know what I'm saying, man. Hopefully we circle back and do another one.
Definitely, bro.
You know what I mean?
100%.
SK Vibemaker.